asked me, I would define virginity as something that you give up by your own volition.
Penis, condom, vagina, then it happens.
Have you had, sex, basically?
Just theoretical,
Some people it may be kissing with tongue.
We somehow assumed that everything before the 1960s was chaste and innocent, and but before the 1830s, sex before marriage was pretty common, actually, and not punished particularly. One of my favorite social statistics is that in the 1950s, kind of the heyday of the Ozzie and Harriet family, it's estimated that 1/4 of first marriages were preceded by conception, which means that a lot of people were having sex before marriage.
Describing my first time, the play.
Well, it's a very simple kind of presentation. All of these stories in these monologues are real stories taken from a website called myfirsttime.com.
I don't know, how does it feel to lose my virginity a lot in a night?
There's a story about, a very sad story about a woman having sex with her brother, actually, because he was dying of leukemia and was desperately afraid of dying a virgin, and she talks about sacrificing herself for him. And at the end of the story, she has this great line where she says, "That's my story and I have no interest in your approval." Because it wasn't about the sex, it was about the love she had for her brother.
Actually, it was on my honeymoon night. I'm married, and so that was my first sexual experience, was after the wedding at the honeymoon suite.
Well, I was probably 16 and a half, and I met a guy at my high school, and he was my first kiss, my first everything, all the way around. And I didn't really know what I was doing. My family was pretty conservative, and so they didn't talk much about sex or what it really meant. I really hadn't had a conversation with anybody at all, not even my friends.
It was a struggle in my mind, and to not go there, but I'm very glad that we were able to save ourselves for marriage, because now there's a special thing that we're able to share together and enjoy together as a married couple.
I didn't really think I had to lose my virginity, although, and I was kind of torn up about it at the time. I was kind of like, oh no, what did I do? And but I spent a lot of time thinking about it, and then I ultimately concluded that it really wasn't a big deal. It wasn't like a set of keys that you could just lose.
Outside of marriage, though having sex, of course, physically is a lot of fun and enjoyable at the same time. I think by giving away a part of yourself, it can really hurt you in the long run and leaves a lot of scars in your life.
Because I could still have more experiences, and it didn't make it any less meaningful. Plus, my sex life now, I guess, is a lot better.
Well, the Silver Ring Thing organization as a whole is a teen ministry that focuses on abstinence until marriage. I think that I think you look around and people look at what's going on in society, and maybe you look at the evening news and how you see all like these predators or pedophiles and all these kind of distortions of what a good like a healthy sexual relationship would be. And the goal would be to create a culture shift. We want to see the culture shift where abstinence becomes the norm again rather than the exception.
7 years ago now, actually, with my daughter, who is now 19. She sort of rolled her eyes at the thoughts, but she's had a few boyfriends, and her current boyfriend is very good about it. She's had one who tried to make her change her mind, and she's no longer with him.